Now that you know what a win theme is and why it's so powerful, let's talk about how to actually use it. Because a win theme isn't something you tack on at the end of your proposal. It's something you build from the very beginning, before the RFP even drops. Think of your win theme as your proposal's headline. Everything else, your sections, your graphics, your data, are the supporting paragraphs underneath that headline. So here's the process I use and that I've seen winning teams follow time and time again. First, start with one big proposal level win theme. This is your anchor, the single high level statement that answers the question, why should we pick you? If someone only read your executive summary, this is the message you want them to walk away with. Then build 2 or 3 supporting sub-themes. These are smaller ideas that reinforce the main one. Think of them as like pillars holding up your argument. They might highlight different dimensions of value. For example, one about performance, one about innovation, and one about risk reduction. Now, here's where most companies make a mistake. They wait until after the RFP drops to create their win theme. And by then, it's too late to test whether it resonates with your federal buyer. The best proposal teams start shaping their themes early during capture. They bring those ideas into capabilities briefings, pre-solicitation meetings, or even informal conversations in meetings they schedule. They listen closely to how the customer reacts. If the buyer leans forward and starts nodding when you describe your approach, well, that's validation. If they look confused or redirect the topic, that's feedback. You've just learned what to refine long before it ends up in your proposal. Once your theme feels right, once it lands, bake it into everything. Put it on the cover letter. Reinforce it in your executive summary. Echo it in every major section and figure caption. Even your graphics should reflect it. You're not repeating the exact same statement over and over again. You're reinforcing the same meaning. For example, if your win theme is about reliability and mission continuity, every section should connect back to that idea. Your staffing plan shows stability. Your management approach shows control. Your past performance shows zero downtime. Everything points back to that core promise. By the time the evaluators reach the scoring table, you want them to be able to summarize your entire proposal in one line. And that line should sound like your win theme. That's when you know your message has landed. Now go ahead and pause for a second and jot this down. My win theme should appear everywhere, in language, in visuals, and in proof, until it's impossible to miss. Again, my win theme should appear everywhere, in language, in visuals, and in proof, until it's impossible to miss. That's the goal. A consistent message that echoes throughout the proposal until the evaluator starts quoting you in the consensus room when they're there with their peers. Next, in Module 2, we'll talk about understanding your customer's needs. Because no matter how strong your writing is, a win theme only works if it's built on what truly matters to the buyer. And that's what we'll need to uncover next.